Hello, beautiful people. So today we are going to do a starseed reading. I'm going to try to face the camera as much as I can and not look at myself over here. I have the cards out. I called in those wonderful connections so that we can just take in a moment to breathe in and call in the energy that needs to be here today for this starseed reading, because I want to make sure we touch on the parts that messages that need to come out and that want to connect with your higher self, with my higher self, with whoever is in this collective, whoever comes across this reading, who needs to hear this message for it to come in, for your guides to, for those star seeds, for your ancestors to bring in these messages for you, whatever you connect in with, okay? So let's get started. First, we're going to start with, I love to show you because I have not been putting stuff in my comments what I'm using. So I'm using Kyle Gray's Divine Masters. Him and Rebecca Campbell are really great well, he's really just really great at, I like his stuff for more of the masters, how he connects to the ascendant masters, but he also connects to angels as well, really well. So he taps into a lot of stuff and has a really vibrant energy. With Rebecca Campbell, she's this light being as well, who connects with the other side in a beautiful way as well. So let's see what masters come out, what star beings come out. This is Divine Masters, so there are some galactic things in here, but this was the one I was called to use. So some of you guys might be experiencing some headaches up in your temples right there. I think could be getting uploads and downloads. Yeah, we have Cephas Bay. Paradigm shift, activation to grow, make necessary change. So that activation, that growing, those downloads, these are necessary to help you come into these shifts, come into these paradigm shifts that we're having. Everyone goes, are on their journey in different levels. Like sometimes you're like at the beginning of your journey, sometimes you're ending things, sometimes you're just right smack in the middle of it, sometimes you're just starting it. And sometimes people are, when there's shifts in the energy, everyone experiences the shift in different ways. Some people will have, if your soul family, your soul group, if you're in the same place, you'll tend to have the same kind of, they call them ascension symptoms. Okay, we have Michael and Faith, spiritual calling, divine protection, and breakthrough moment. I do not know much about Michael and Faith. I might look that up too. Spiritual calling. So starting, I feel with that Serapis Bay, you have this energy that's coming in. It's weird because I haven't gotten any star seeds yet. I'm like, okay, we're not getting any star seeds. What's this about? Okay, that's fine. I'm fine. It's sometimes these masters also work because it's kind of more galactic. I know it's weird to say galactic. It's kind of different. Like, okay, the 5D has those energies connect in a different way. But with the spiritual calling, you have to, if some of you are, I'm going to look at Michael and Faith just because now. I feel like some of you are getting those downloads because you're recognizing your spiritual calling. That's what I wanted to say, and I haven't said it. I kind of, my jumbo mind, my all over the world mind, kind of went into this and this and this. But yeah, you're recognizing your spiritual calling more. You're seeing your gifts more, and you're seeing what you're supposed to be doing. Like I've had someone who's recognized, oh, I'm really good with this and I should be doing this. And they've started taking initiative of that. And when you start taking that, you see your spiritual calling. You start having shifts so you can shift into that calling and it work well with you. Yeah, it's Michael and Faith. It's actually Archangel Michael, best known and most trusted angel across the cosmos. He is the leader of God's protective legion of angels and works tirelessly to guard all those who call upon his. The message is the universe needs you. Where you are now is where you are most needed. Consider yourself strategically placed, even if where you are at is less than ideal. Know that there is an opportunity there to align with purpose and meaning. If you are experiencing a dark cloud of unnecessary uncertainty, oh my goodness, or fear, call Michael or Faith to light the way. If you have been asking to be shown your life purpose, know that where you are right now and what you are facing will help you be a greater service. So, like, so you know how I just talked about those shifts, and you're like, my purpose is this, but where I'm at is not. I don't feel like it's aligned with my purpose. I don't feel like it fits into my purpose. Well, where you're at is where you're supposed to be. I know that's a freaking hard pill to swallow. It's a sucky pill to swallow, but it's a pill you have to swallow sometimes. It's a big ass pill. And sometimes you're at that place so that it can help you grow and it can help you bring yourself into activation, and it just helps push you along the way. It helps when you experience things, when you are going through a journey. um, you don't get to just read a book or learn something and then boom, I get to go do it. Sometimes you have to experience too. Some of the best teachers are experience. You know how always people always say it's not, it's not the destination, it's the journey. And that's the thing. You have to sometimes be in the slums of things, to see the bigger picture, to be a better service. My the best story would be to me would be Jesus. We have those younger years that not a lot was talked about, but we have those years when he he did go out and be with others and experience what they experienced, and saw some of the things that was going on. He was out there living with the people who were going through the things, right? Or even where you had Buddha who, let go of all of, his worldly possessions and, you know, to live a very simple life. You have all of those, any of the masters like that who went through something. One of my other big ones is this, it's an ascendant master I work with actually. When I meditated, she was one that showed up today, was Queen Yan. And how her father wanted something for her, she didn't, she put up with it, and then finally she stood up and she changed that, but she still had compassion and she still had love, even through all of the hardship. Okay, so putting that out there, the ascendant masters, the reason why they're ascendant masters, the reason why they are masters, the reason why people remember them and cherish them is because they stepped into the mud, they stepped into the swamp. Let's just say that they stepped into the swamp, and got dirty too. They didn't try to stay above it all and stay clean. So let's finish off with one more. Mm-hmm. I was taking in a message there. That's, and it was a personal message for me, so that's why I said, okay. All right. Actually, this came up, so I'm glad. The Atlanteans, evolution, vibration, legacy, technology, progress, and expect acceleration. So the Atlanteans, that's who are showing up. And So as you go through this shift and you see your spiritual path, you are connecting to this higher vibration elevation. So maybe some of you guys have had past lives with the Atlanteans, and and before I understood star seeds a lot more than what I do now, I had gotten I had gotten a download about and I didn't know this. I knew nothing, I knew nothing about starseeds when I got this, and so when I got the download of a civilization that was before, but they were so ahead of their time in their vibe, and what they did and their technology. They ended up drowning in the Pacific, and they became, and they became that they had to redo their stuff underwater, and I was like, what in the world is this? And I thought, why would I download such a thing of these people? And I was telling a friend about it, and she said, do you not know that that was like those are like star seeds, the Atlanteans? And I said, what? Yeah, she said the legend has is that the Atlantis was an advanced civilization, thousands of years, in the center of the Atlantic Ocean, and its people were highly involved and had many gifts. They were psychic and telepathic, and they were able to combine science and nature with spirituality to develop technology and create a heaven on earth. But somewhere along the way, many of them stopped respecting their gifts and spiritual connection, and this caused an end, and it sunk. And I got this weird download about it, and I was just like, what is this? And she told me that this was an actual, legend. And I said, what? And I was so shocked about it. And now I'm just like, oh, okay. It was to see, parts of your line, like what you could be a part of. And messages that come through for others who are a part of that. So, but the message is, you are a future thinker who will leave a legacy of healing and light. Think beyond the boundaries and keep your future and the future of your choice. You close ones and close to you in mind in making a decision. The Atlantean energy is here to help you align your pathway with that supports you in your evolution of your soul. So let's connect to these higher vibration Atlanteans, so that we're going through this shift. So some of the messages that we're taking in that we can use. Okay. He keeps, you know what? I'm going to take him. Guru Ram Dams. He keeps freaking showing up. Every time I shuffle, he's like always on the bottom. And so he's trying to get my attention. It says, harmony surrounds you. Expect miracles. So, as you're in this energy, and I love that he has kind of the same like aura background as Zephyrus Bay. Okay. That's awesome. I love that. So, beautiful miracles coming in for some of you. Okay. So first we're going to start with the Starseed Oracle and get a couple messages from the Atlanteans, what they want to let you know right now. That's the path. Yeah, they want to. This is what the Atlanteans want to communicate with whoever's listening, whoever really connects with the Atlanteans, or someone who even connects with Serapis Bay or Guru Ram Damas, or even with I want to say, I don't want to say just Michael. I want to say the blue light ray. And if you haven't, the blue light ray is also coming to mind. So if you connect with the blue light ray as well, that is one thing. Or you're trying to connect to that blue light ray. It's a beautiful one. Okay. So first, you got what they want to communicate is perspective. It says none of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. So where you so this is space. So like you zoom out and look. None of this matters. Look how tiny your situation is. Look how sometimes you have to see the bigger picture. This is saying sometimes you have to see the bigger picture. Yes, I'm not trying to say where you're at or what you're going through does not matter. It does. But at the same time, You have to step back and see the bigger picture. It's not just about you. And I know we get caught up in that. I get caught up in, like, you know, my own things and my own situation, but it's not just about you. There's a bigger picture. It's about connecting all of these lights with on this earth plane, and connecting more to calling in the greater calls of the universe outside of you. Okay, getting perspective. And it could be not even getting perspective on that. That's huge perspective. It's getting perspective on where you're currently at. So let's say, um, get into perspective. Let's say job wise. Okay, so you've been working at a job for like 5 years, and the raises have been terrible. You know you're ready to move along, and you know you're like one of the best employees there. Um, and you haven't been able to find anything that pays better, or, you know, or you apply for things and you don't get them even though you're qualified, and all of that stuff, right? And you're trying to just like, why am I not moving on to a better, job situation or anything like that? And you're just wondering. It's the perspective is right now, even though you hate the job you're at, you might not want to be there. You're there for a reason. Maybe there's something there, um, that needs to rotate and go on before you are ready to, boom, explore out to something different, or even exploring out on your own, or recognizing, that yes, you're in this job, and this job is here to keep you steady as you build up whatever your gifts are. Using this time to build up your gifts, and so it's keeping you stable, and it's giving you a foundation, money wise, until you're ready to just explore bigger, right? Another one says, the other message, the Atlanteans have is, all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. And um, this is straight up no going into know thyself. One, know thyself, and two, taking the time to sit with yourself in meditation. I don't care if you have to start at 5 minutes and work yourself up to whatever. Um, and I'm not perfect in meditation. Some days I do 5 minutes. Some days I do 10. Some days I do 15. This morning I did. I started off, actually, after I worked out. I did a 10-minute one, and I couldn't even. I actually couldn't stay in it the whole 10 minutes. I only stayed in it to 8 minutes because my mind was so, off about something else. I was thinking about other stuff, and so I couldn't even stay in the whole 10 minutes. So I couldn't even stay in it. But once I cleared out some of that stuff and let some of that stuff go, and I actually did some affirmations, and I did some things to let that go and release all that stuff I was thinking about. I came back and I was able to sit down before I started this video, and I sit down and I meditated for 40 minutes. So do you see that you can't always, it's not always going to be perfect. In every situation is never going to be perfect for you to sit down and do your meditation, to go within, to reflect. Even if you're not meditating, even reflecting with your writing, like writing in a journal form. And I even talk about walking meditations, and you go where you could go outside, and you walk around and do it that way, which right now is not an option. It's been raining a lot where I'm at, but just going out, maybe I need to go outside and walk in the rain and do a walking rain meditation. I might try that, maybe. We'll see. That's hard. I'm too cold. But doing walking meditations where you're taking a hike, and you're listening to nature, like taking the earbuds off. And I know that sucks, but taking your earbuds off and listening to the birds, listening to the bees, listening to the crickets, listening to the buzzing sounds, listening to all of nature, listening to water run, or um, water drip from the trees, or crackling of the leaves, all of those sounds, listening to those, and just being out. So it is learning to know thyself, and it's also learning to be quiet within and shut this down and listening to your heart. Okay. All right. I don't know why, but my blinds are closed, but it's raining. You guys can't see that. I just opened up my blinds, and but I wanted some light in there. Okay. So those are your messages. So get perspective, and then take that time to go into to all paths lead home, which tells you that you need to, regardless of what direction you go in, what choice you make. So sometimes we worry about. I want to talk about this before I go into the next one. Oh, that second one we just did, I didn't show you. We had just when the messages that I did for the Atlanteans was the Starseed Oracle. Now we're going to get into a messages activation, the gateway of light activation, and this is Kyle Gray on that one. Okay, so we went Kyle Gray, Rebecca, Kyle, and then I'm in with Rebecca. So, with that, all paths lead to home as well. It's also, we get in this in our head about, oh my God, I'm gonna make the wrong decision, and worrying about making the wrong decision. But regardless of what decision you make, it's going to lead you where you need to be. Maybe it takes you off course for a week, a month, a year, 10 years. And, because maybe the choice you made affects some other things. So, but at this vibration and where you're sitting, I don't think a choice you would make will take you 10 years. I think maybe, if anything, it will take you a couple months to get back on path. If you are sitting here with me and you're vibrating at a certain level, and this is your message, and you're still here listening to this message, then yes, I don't think you would go off course for years. And so saying the choices are going to take you a couple months to figure out, or it could take you a week. Everyone's different. Remember that. Okay, so let's get some activation as you guys listen, as you take those messages from the Atlanteans to get perspective and to make choices. What is going to help activate these gateways? There's one. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I got one. I'm going for two. Okay. So our first one is going to be the Akashic records. Clearing old stories and releasing past lives, freedom. So with the Akashic records, it's like recognizing things that you're ready to clean up, dealing with your karma. Because it goes clearing those stories. So a lot of it feels like it can be generational, like clearing out generational stuff, clearing out old soul ties you might have, old contracts you might have with people, and then also as you clear those out, releasing them, letting them go, like those old stories, releasing old stories in this lifetime and past lives, and whatever's been passed to you as well in your family line. We all have these lineages that's connected together. So clearing those out, and then you hit freedom. So and it feels good. This energy feels really good, because it's like, I feel like, to me, it feels like, personally, a lot of me feels like that freedom as well. It's coming. It's like clearing out. It's really a relief. And some of you might not be here yet. So maybe you guys are still in the releasing stage. Some of you could be at the beginning. Like I said, we're all on different timelines. So some of you can kind of be at that clearing stage where you're just learning about the Akashic records, and you're getting those old stories that you can look at and reflect on and go back on and start cleaning those up and dealing with those and cutting those off. And then some of you guys are releasing them, like you're getting that final release. You're letting them go. You're letting them flow. You're giving them forgiveness. You're giving them grace. You're letting that just be, right? And then some of us are coming, like us, and I said that because I am one of those, or you're at the freedom stage. You're like, oh my God, I did it. Oh my God, I worked through that karma. Oh wow. And you're there. And so you might be, if you're like me, you're like, I'm not building up no more karma. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. So you're at that stage where you're like, I just release myself from a lot of those, and I'm not putting myself back in those because you have elevated. So some of you might be here, just starting out learning about the Akashic records and just starting to clear them out. Some of you could be, finishing up clearing those out. Some of you can be releasing some of those, and some of you are like almost at that freedom stage, like, oh my God, I made it here. I have broke that. I'm gonna say I broke the glass ceiling. It is, it's I broke it. It's there's nothing there, you know. So, of course. So we finally had someone else show up, in which a lot of times when it comes to star seeds, a lot of us are connected to multiple star seed systems. Some people have lifetimes in different systems, and especially if you're here on Earth, a lot of times is that um, you didn't have a home. And actually, the Atlanteans, they say, are actually some other different star seeds that came to Earth as well and brought their technology and brought their stuff. So I could see that, because now this is the Polarian activation coming together, harmony in the heavens, and resolution. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Now this reminds me of perspective. You know how we have this perspective and then we have this? Look at that. It's like there's more. You can, if you zoom out, there's more that can be spread. And it says, so that Pleiadian activations, and so the Pleiadians are like really into helping, people on the earth, with knowledge and healing and all kinds of great stuff. That they are actually, they're the first star seeds I came across when I came across the whole star seed thing. So it's like coming together, bringing different star seeds together, bringing all of the information you've learned together. It's bringing things together, like all of those, all of the methods you've learned, all of the knowledge that you've obtained, all of that, bringing that all together, and 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 when you have that, you have this beautiful harmony in the heavens, which is all you have in your heart is love and peace and prosperity. I can't say it. And joy and love, or you just want it to spread out to everybody in the heavens. I know there sometimes when I meditate or when I'm manifesting, the one of the biggest things you can do, and it's a beautiful gift, is not is manifesting that light energy to the earth and out to the heavens. You know, you're letting your love out. You're not asking anything for yourself. You're asking that there be love and there be peace and there be harmony and there be light out in this world, and that's what you're manifesting. You're sending that out to the world, and you're sending that out to the universe. That's what that gives me. And it brings resolution. It brings resolution in different situations for different people, because when you manifest, you don't always have to manifest for yourself. You can manifest for others, or you can manifest for the world, or you can manifest for the higher beings as well. That there's resolutions that you can send that energy to others. And that is a beautiful gift that you can give to the world. And you know what? Someone on the other side of the world, something can work out for them and they don't know why. And it could have been your manifestation that you sent out for healing, for guidance, for a gift, for something, for someone else other than yourself. And that is awesome. I love that energy. And so you can do that. And I know they're like, and tomorrow is the new moon. So you can set that intention and do that if you want to, but you don't have to. I'm just saying that is something that's out there and that's available to everybody. Everyone can do this, and sending your energy out to healing. Oh my God, that's the ultimate love. Like, that's like the ultimate love for the earth, even sending it to the earth for earth healing, sending it to the oceans. And I know, because sometimes, but I understand when you need to manifest because you need to make sure that you have stability or something. I understand that too. But you always have the option to do the other thing too. Okay? I don't know why I put that out there. I just did. All right. And I love that message. So let's end. That's what's activating. So we're activating this. The biggest thing I think was going through your Akashic records and clearing out old things, clearing out some stuff and releasing some stuff and coming to that freedom. But getting activated, opening up that gateway. I'm not gonna read it. I think that's what I'm giving is what I'm given. Okay, so as you get these activations, as you open up these gateways to portals for all of these wonderful things for yourself and for others, not just you, for others around you, around the world, in the galaxy, all over. Let's see how there's some things you can do to work your light. What is some of the talents that that people have and they can work their light on this? I'm hearing, ooh, they're gonna give me 3, and they are good. They are they're on it. What's the third one? Let me see. One more, please. Thank you. Okay. All right, here we go. Here's our last one. Our last one, last thing, and we're doing Work Your Light with Rebecca Campbell. And I will read a little bit out of the book for each one of these, so to give you an idea how to work your light if what I'm saying intuitively does not always come through for everyone. So getting this another message from another person who's like a healer and a channeler, that's nice, right? That's why I love guidebooks. I do like them. See, they're nice. Okay. It says you're already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. So some of you, you're already doing it. You are doing what you're supposed to do. So you will know this. If you know that you're in your north going towards your true north and you're doing stuff that you're supposed to be doing, and you're putting this out there and that you know that's the energy you're stepping in. Some of you already know you're doing it. Congratulations and thank you. You're already doing it. You don't need my message. You don't need this. Well, actually, you know what this is? This is just a confirmation to you. This is confirming that, yes, you are on the right path. Yes, you are on your true north. However you're doing your light, that keep on doing that because you're doing it the right way. All right? Some people, we have inner temple. It says devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. So some of you might need to look within your heart and do some, I feel like I want to say do some clearing, because there is a gateway where you do walk into your light and spread your light, but I feel like it's you need to walk through the path of clearing out your heart chakra, and I was going to say your throat too, I don't know why, but I feel it clearing out your heart, and there's a portal in your heart, and giving yourself the time and the devotion to do that. But we're going to look up the inner temple really quick so I can give you a little more. Inner temple is a place. That's an activation card. We want place cards. It is 70. You are being called to be a devoted student and tune into your heart to incorporate true devotion into your life. You could be being called to develop your regular meditation. Did I say that? I did. Journaling. Did I say that? Oh yeah, I did. Or chanting practice, in which I don't hardly ever do chanting practice. I will do chants when I'm doing breath work, when I'm doing like breath work exercise, but I hardly do chanting. But when I do breath work sometimes and some yoga things, I will do when I do those together. Yeah, it's not that often. But yeah, there's chanting. That's why I don't mention it, because that's why it's good to have the book, because I don't always do those things, like everything. or show up to your soul with rhythm, to develop a daily practice where you fill your well and spend time with your soul. All of the answers to all of the questions that you seek are waiting for you in the portal of your heart, but you cannot hear them unless you carve out time each day to listen. Your soul is yearning for a deeper relationship with you. So the more time you spend with it and show up to it, the more clearly it will guide you. So early on, I talked about that, and I don't know what card was that where I said, oh, it was the all paths lead home, hmm and gaze within. Yeah, when I talked about doing meditation, and it doesn't always have to be long. It can be short if you have to start off that way. And I talked about walking meditations. I talked about journaling. I talked about those things. If you heard those, this message is being doubled down because someone needs to hear this, and it's being told to you. Double down on this. It's double downing. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Journal, journal, journal. Reflect, reflect, reflect. Get out of your head and get into your heart. Okay. My last message. It says trust your path. Oh my God. Um, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? This again, remember I talked about you're vibrating in a certain way that you're like, should I choose this or should I choose this way? Because and then you worry about choosing the wrong thing. You're not. It's trust your past, trust your choice, trust your intuition, trust the divine. It's a whole trust thing, right? So some of you need to be told this as well. So some of you might be where you're like, I need to learn how to trust myself, and I do need to learn how to quiet my mind. So take those. Those are yours. Take them and run with them and do your thing that you need to do with them, right? Um, but trust the path. Trust where you're being led to. Okay? You don't have to know every single step. You don't have to see every single detail, and that is freaking hard. I know. Let me tell you, I'm very firm. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I struggle with, like, I'm not doing that unless I can see, and I say this to my guides. Nope, I'm not doing it unless you show me this. Nope, I'm not. And I'm very stubborn sometimes, and I can be very stubborn, and so and they know that, and so and people get like this, or it's in not only just being stubborn but being comfortable where you're at, and comfortable in that playing field. You're comfortable in that pool. You need to change out pools. You need to go to a bigger pool, but you're just like, I'm really comfortable in this pool, and this pool is like suffocating you. It's too small for you. It's you've outgrown it, and it's time for you to go to another one, but you're just like, you're comfortable where you're at, and so you don't move up. So it is asking you to trust the path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I want you to ask yourself that. That's a good thing to leave you with. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I can tell you a couple things I would do. If I knew I would be supported, I would totally jump on them. But again, back to trust, back to faith, and everyone's in different situations, so I understand. And we are also human, so that's when we have to go back to our guides and go back to our ancestors. I am in a 3D world. I have to have this, and this in place before I can leap forward. And they will understand that. And that's all about having clear communications with your guides, clear communications with your ancestors, clear communications with God, whoever you're working with. Having communications with them so they know that they have to clear this out, or they need to show you a direction or give you something so that you will be able to move. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I love this message. I'm glad the Atlanteans came through you, the Pleiadians came through you through the end, and I was wondering, I was like, is anybody coming through? They did, because they wouldn't have had me bring this message unless they were going to come through. So again, thank you so much for being here. If you made it this far, You're freaking awesome, and you're definitely part of my soul tribe, and I have so much love for you for watching, so much love for you for just being here. You guys have a wonderful day. You can comment, you can get any of my information down at the bottom, you can like, you can do whatever. You guys have a wonderful day.